Good evening and welcome friends to this Monday edition of Biggest Story Tonight. A lot happened through the day in the country, from Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma suggesting that they are ready to roll out the uniform civil code, just waiting for the Lok Sabha polls to get over, to India for the first time crossing 21,000 crore rupees mark in terms of its defence exports. The information brought in by the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh by way of a post on X. Also, legal troubles for Arvind Kejriwal not ending. He has been sent in judicial custody by a Delhi court. But our focus on the biggest story tonight is going to be the standoff, or in fact, the political standoff panning out between the BJP and the DMK on the issue of Katchatheevu Islands that have been given to Sri Lanka in 1974 by India, by the then Congress government in consultation with the then DMK government in Chennai. That's going to be our focus. Let's begin with the headlines first. No end to legal troubles as Delhi court sends Arvind Kejriwal to 14 days of judicial custody. Big development in Liquorgate probe as ED claims Kejriwal named two AAP ministers, Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj, as those to whom Vijay Nair was reporting, not to him. As Katchatheevu row gets bigger, Jaishankar puts facts on record, corners Congress and DMK both. Mega political face-off over Katchatheevu. Opposition questions the BJP's intent and timing now. Yet another win for Hindu side in Gyanvapi case. The top court of the topmost court of the country refuses to stay puja at the Vyastha Khana. Welcome back, friends. A day after Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched a scathing attack on the Congress over the Katchatheevu Island issue, triggering a mega political face-off, External Affairs Minister Dr S Jaishankar lashed out at the Congress and DMK both, saying that the parties approached the Katchatheevu issue as though they bear no responsibility. He emphasized on the matter that the public has the right to know how Katchatheevu was given away to Sri Lanka, even if there is no intention to revert that decision or reverse that decision. The point is that who was hiding after taking that call? Because on the face of it was the Congress government, but facts have emerged through an RTI application made by BJP Tamil Nadu Chief K. Annamalai, which suggests that the DMK leadership at that time, particularly Chief Minister M. Karunanidhi, was fully on board. Listening to the press conference sound bites of External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, as also all this information that's there on the screen for you by way of graphics to understand what's the issue about.
In 1974, India and Sri Lanka, in June 1974, concluded an agreement where they drew their maritime boundary. And in drawing the maritime boundary, Katchatheevu was put on the Sri Lankan side of the boundary. Two parties, the Congress and the DMK, have approached this matter as though they have no responsibility for it, as though the situation is for central government, today's central government, for them to resolve. There is no history to this. This has just happened. They are the people who are taking up the cause. That is the way they would like to project it. So, as you can see, this is not just one Prime Minister, whether it was Pandit Nehru or whether it was Indira Gandhi. This very dismissive attitude, this little rock, this small island of no importance, this was the historic Congress attitude towards Katchatheevu.
All right, even as the political face-off continues to rage on, listening to what Prime Minister Modi had to say on the very same Katchatheevu issue when he addressed a rally.
तमिलनाडु में भारत के समुद्री तट से कुछ दूर, कुछ किलोमीटर दूरी पर श्रीलंका और तमिलनाडु के बीच में समंदर में एक टापू है, एक द्वीप है, कच्चाथीवू, अलग अलग नाम भी लोग बोलते हैं, कच्चाथीवू। ये द्वीप सुरक्षा की दृष्टि से बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। देश आजाद हुआ तब हमारे पास था और ये हमारे भारत का अभिन्न अंग रहा है। लेकिन कांग्रेस ने 4-5 दशक पहले कह दिया कि ये द्वीप तो गैर जरूरी है, फालतू है, यहां तो कुछ होता ही नहीं है। और ये कहते हुए मां भारती का एक अंग आजाद भारत में ये कांग्रेस के लोगों ने, इंडियन अलायंस के साथियों ने मां भारती का एक अंग काट दिया और भारत से अलग कर दिया।
All right, Prime Minister and External Affairs Minister really setting the agenda of debate so far as Tamil Nadu politics go. Political fireworks, of course, have now erupted after this scathing attack by the Prime Minister, by the opposition as well. Listen to how the opposition responded to this agenda-setting BJP attack insofar as the Katchatheevu Island issue is concerned. Listen in.
The problem with BJP, RSS and Mr. Modi is that when they are slapped in their faces in Tamil Nadu, when people are rejecting them again, they want a diversionary tactics.
Congress has ceded Katchatheevu in 1974 in a historical fact. And if the BJP thinks that it can derive electoral dividend by raking up that issue, by giving some documents that this secretary opined, this gentleman opined, for all that we know, how can we understand the authenticity of those documents?
It is a very well known fact that 1974, 1976, DMK in collision with Congress had made sure that what was part of India has been ceded away to Sri Lanka.
All right, let's look at some other stories in a top wrap from around the country. Union Home Minister Amit Shah is in Bengaluru and he's going to be in Bengaluru later in the day. During his visit, Shah will conduct a series of meetings, conventions and road shows in Karnataka. Taking to Defence Minister Rajnath Singh hailed the rise in Indian defence exports. He confirmed that Indian defence exports have crossed rupees 21,000 crore mark for the first time in the history of independent India. Minutes after the National Conference's announcement of Mia Altaf as candidate from Rajouri Anantnag Lok Sabha seat, the People's Democratic Party has declared a tough contest against the National Conference. PDP officials have hinted that Mehbooba Mufti will be contesting against Altaf. West Bengal Assembly Leader of Opposition Suvendu Adhikari met the cyclone-affected people at the Jalpaiguri Super Speciality Hospital in the day. This comes after the region was hit by cyclonic winds yesterday. The after effects continue to linger in the region. An interesting face-off panning out in Guwahati with AIUDF chief Badruddin Ajmal, who is now hit back at Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, saying that he has 7 children and if he wants to remarry, he won't be seeking the permission of the Chief Minister. Listen into that comment which happened in the context of Himanta suggesting that since Assam would be rolling out the Uniform Civil Code post Lok Sabha polls, if Badruddin Ajmal wants to have a second marriage, he should do it now, because after elections, it would be an illegal act. Listen into both the leaders taking pot shots at each other.
আলতু ফালতু প্রশ্ন করি দেখো 1 মিনিট বেয়ানা পাবো আর তার শক্তি নাই একটাই বাচ্চা জন্ম দিছে মত আল্লাহর মেহরমে খাট্টা বাচ্চা আছে আমার জোয়ান হইছে 40 বছর আছে হ্যাঁ এইটু মন মর্জি মোর যদি বিয়া পাতার ইচ্ছা হয় মই সিএম খুদিবলৈ না যাও
All right, as I said, the AIUDF chief's comments come after Himanta Biswa Sarma, the Assam Chief Minister, made a sharp jibe saying if the politician wanted to marry again, he should do so before the Lok Sabha elections because there would be Uniform Civil Code immediately after that and second marriage or polygamy would become illegal. Listen in.
এতিয়াই পাতিল ইলেকশনৰ পিছত অসমত ইউচিচি আহিব তেতিয়া পাতিলে এৰেষ্ট হ'ব গতিকে ইলেকশনৰ আগতে কইনা লৈ পাতি ললে ঠিক আছে তেতিয়া মাতিলে আমিও যাম কাৰণ এতিয়ালৈকে ইলিগেল নহয় মই যিমান দূৰ জানো তেখেতৰ এগৰাকীয়ে পত্নী আছে আজি দুগৰাকী তিনিগৰাকীও তেওঁ বিয়া কৰাব পাৰে কিন্তু ইলেকশনৰ ঠিক পিছতেই আমি বহু বিবাহ বন্ধ কৰিম তাৰ গোটেই প্ৰস্তুতি সম্পূৰ্ণ গতিকে যদি বিয়া কৰে একেদিনাই কৰক আমাকো মাতক খাব আজিলৈকে লিগেল হৈ আছে কিন্তু ইলেকশনৰ পিছত ইলিগেল আৰু মই বাধা কৰিলেও বুলিতো নহয় মইতো কাকো বাধা নকৰো আইনেহে বাধা কৰিব আৰু আইনে বাধা কৰা কাম এটা জোৰ জবস্তি কৰিলে আইনে ব্যৱস্থা লয়
All right, moving from Assam to Delhi, the Enforcement Directorate today in its remand note made some serious claims and said in the Rouse Avenue Court that Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has told the agency that excise policy scam accused Vijay Nair reported to ministers Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj and not to him. According to the agency, Kejriwal also, of course, named Saurabh Bharadwaj while being questioned in connection with the case. The Chief Minister of Delhi, of course, has been sent in judicial custody of 14 days to Tihar. These are the pictures on your screen. On the right, you have pictures from the court of the Rouse Avenue Court in Delhi, where the Delhi Chief Minister was produced. And to the left are pictures of when the carcade carrying Arvind Kejriwal reached the Tihar jail. I'm told Piyush Ohri joins us live on this story from Delhi. Piyush, what's your sense with this remand note suggesting that the Delhi Chief Minister has brought in the name of, one would say, dragged in the name of Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj also? You think that the probe might widen and the ED might want to question Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj also, because while there is a lot of incriminating evidence the agency believes they have against Vijay Nair, they still have to connect the dots with the higher leadership. And so they might now question Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj as well.
So you raised a very important point, Abhishek, and each and every passing day, whenever the Enforcement Directorate comes to the court and gives a remand copy and gives its statement against Arvind Kejriwal, there are newer revelations. And today, again, it happened in the court. First of all, the Attorney Solicitor General S.V. Raju brought out a very important point that how Vijay Nair, the key person who was instrumental in negotiating between the lobby cartel of the South lobby, along with the top bureaucrats and leaders of Aam Aadmi Party, that also included reportedly Arvind Kejriwal, which has been named as the kingpin, was not directly reporting to Arvind Kejriwal, as was mentioned by Arvind Kejriwal himself while he was being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate. And surprisingly, he said the Enforcement Directorate said that Vijay Nair in turn was first reporting to key prominent ministers Atishi as well as Saurabh Bharadwaj. Now, it was first mentioned in the court where I was present verbally, and then in the remand copy itself, it was mentioned in para 13.1 that how Saurabh Bharadwaj and Atishi were also involved in first dealing with Vijay Nair, the person who used to negotiate the deals, and then following which he used to then talk to Arvind Kejriwal. So yes, again, the presence and involvement of two another ministers of Aam Aadmi Party, namely Saurabh Bharadwaj and Atishi, have come in. And from here, perhaps it may be possible that to increase and widen the ambit of investigation, the Enforcement Directorate might ask Atishi as well as Saurabh Bharadwaj to come and participate in the investigation. They have done it in the past with Kailash Gehlot being questioned, because Kailash Gehlot, as you know, was among the group of ministers who was involved in formulating the liquor policy. So there is a possibility that perhaps Enforcement Directorate might ask Atishi as well as Saurabh Bharadwaj to also come. Now, we asked Atishi and Saurabh when they were in the court that what was their response to it, and they did not respond to our questions. But perhaps it is going to be interesting to see that what actually the course of investigation is going to take, not only by the Enforcement Directorate but also by the Central Bureau of Investigation, which is also investigating the matter simultaneously. Back to the studio, Abhishek.
All right, thank you so much, Piyush Ori, with those details on what happens next in the Liquorgate probe, with Arvind Kejriwal now in judicial custody, lodged in Tihar jail for the next 14 days. Moving on to election campaigning and addressing a rally in Rajasthan's Jodhpur, Union Home Minister Amit Shah launched a mega attack on the India alliance, from Kejriwal's arrest to no unity within the opposition bloc. Listen into Shah's fierce retort from Jodhpur.
मित्रों, ये लोग सरकार बनाने के सपने देख रहे हैं। मुझे एक सीनियर पत्रकार का फोन आया कि अमित भाई, ये लोग 1 और 1 11 कर सपना बना देख रहे हैं। मैंने बोला उनको मालूम नहीं है 0 + 0 = 0 ही होता है। कितने भी दल इकट्ठा कर लो, आएगा तो मोदी ही आएगा। भाई और बहनों, भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार ने ढेर सारे मिथक थे वो तोड़ दिए। हमने पेपर लीक के लिए वादा किया, सब लोग हंस रहे थे। जब हमारे नेताओं ने ERCP का वादा किया, कहां से लाएंगे, गहलोत जी पूछ रहे थे। गहलोत जी, भजनलाल तो पहली बार मुख्यमंत्री बने हैं, 5 ही महीने में ERCP को जमीन पर उतारने का काम कर दिया। भाई और बहनों, मेरा आप सभी से एक निवेदन है, जब आप जनता के साथ जाइए तब हिसाब लेकर जाइएगा। 10 साल यूपीए को मिले, मनमोहन सिंह को 10 साल मिले या नहीं मिले? जोर से बोलो, मिले या नहीं मिले? और 10 साल मोदी जी को। मनमोहन सिंह ने 10 साल में राजस्थान को क्या दिया? सिर्फ 1,61,000 करोड़ रुपया। कितना दिया? जोर से बोलो, याद रखना है, कितना? और मोदी जी ने 10 साल में 4 गुना ज्यादा 6,24,000 करोड़ रुपया देने का काम मोदी जी ने किया।
Well, let's look at some other election stories in a top trap. Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri slammed Congress MP Rahul Gandhi for his objectionable remarks, including fixing EVMs during elections and questioning the integrity of the Election Commission. Several issues were raised before the Election Commission today by the Union Minister. Days after their controversial remarks against women leaders, the Election Commission has censured BJP leader Dilip Ghosh in Bengal and Congress leader Supriya Srinath in Delhi. The two leaders have been warned to remain careful with public utterances when the model code of conduct is on. Ahead of the polls in Andhra Pradesh, TDP National General Secretary Nara Lokesh has alleged that criminal gangs are openly flaunting knives and swords in Vizag to threaten citizens. Meanwhile, YSRCP countered the allegation, saying that this shows TDP's attempt to malign Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy. Karnataka Congress Chief and Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar campaigns for Lok Sabha candidate and daughter of Karnataka Transport Minister Soumya Reddy. She is the party's candidate from Bengaluru South Lok Sabha seat. Tamil Nadu BJP President and party's Coimbatore candidate K. Annamalai held a roadshow ahead of Lok Sabha elections. Annamalai was seen interacting with the electorate during the roadshow. Union Home Minister Amit Shah is set to begin his pre-poll campaign in Karnataka tomorrow. During his day-long visit, he is expected to address a rally aimed at bolstering grassroots leadership and organizational strength ahead of the Lok Sabha elections. Alright, now on that note, we slip into a short break. On the other side, yet another win for Hindu side in Gyanvapi case. The topmost court refuses to stay puja at Vyas Tehkhana.